I can see that this part is a little bit transparent.
Yeah, it's slightly translucent, yeah.
Then it's not rubber, this is TPU.
Okay.
Okay, whenever we have a super precision and a beautiful translucency, it is always TPU. Because rubber never transparent, only when you use it without any pigments inside, and you know that honey caramel color that we have in the retro sneakers, that's the only one that has a little bit of translucence because it doesn't have any pigments inside. You have the real original, like natural color of the rubber. So this is a really interesting compression molded EVA. Yeah, it might be, I have to take this in my hand. This pearl defect is usually a TPU film that we covered. It's not rubber, it is other polymers, not real rubber. And then here, yeah, we have the spoiler in TPU. Why? Because it is clear, right? So all the other stuff are okay. You said vulcanized rubber, but this is not a vulcanized sole for the fact that we cannot vulcanize real leather. We cannot even vulcanize synthetic stuff because vulcanization, if you look at in the first lesson, we have it in the sole types, you put this rubber band and then you put it into oven. It's a half-cooked rubber that you put it on and then you finish the cooking in the oven. So we cannot do that. So this is most probably is like a rubber shell, be even an injection. But I think it looks like more like compression because of these little creases here. So it's an interesting product that has some rubber pods here, the black ones. So we cannot say that it is technical. It is only for the city. So good job. Yeah, blocker compression sheet EVA. Yeah, we can call these EVA or like V-Light. It is a kind of EVA, but then we have also other blockers that they have some rubber inside. We have different blocker materials, but you cannot know just by looking at it. It's impossible to understand. So this is fine. I know this material because I used to work in Vibram. It's a new compound, let's say. And then we have compression molded rubber. So this could be also a polyurethane or TPU because if it is rubber, it's going to be really heavy.
Quite light, actually.
Yeah, if it is light, it's polyurethane most probably.
Okay.
This is also interesting. Co-molded gel. I don't think that you can co-mold the gel because it is different than rubber. It's not the polyurethane family, it's not the thermopolyurethane family, so it should be integrated in another way like lamination with glue, okay? But the others are okay. Injection molded TPU, compression molded rubber. We don't need, nothing else than a simple one color rubber here. So Yucatan Sport Sandal, co-molded rubber outsole. So yeah, this could be co-molded, and how you can understand is here. You see the closing line of the two materials. It is kind of recessed and it is perfect. There is no trimming. You can see that here it's popping out a little bit. Okay, so I think this is a very good observation, Diego, that you have seen these little, they are the defect of air bubbles that we see in polyurethane. It happens, and it happens always on the sharp edges because there it captures the bubble. And then we have a compression molding EVA midsole here, yes, and then a leather welt stitched. So we have in the course also this kind of constructions that we have different materials. Gel wedge cemented, yes, and then we see the gel also on the bottom. So this is also important that I talk a lot in the course, the fact that the technology that we have, it is better to show because otherwise people will not understand. It's important to observe these details. Yeah, you can understand that when it is polyurethane, you will have air bubbles. When you have the You have these little, let's not to be vulgar, but we call them nipples, really, like in the industry. And when we have the injection, we have them in the injection areas that they are less. So you can tell. Okay, injected EVA sole blended with dandelion rubber. Okay, it's more an eco-sustainable product.
I think that it's kind of a composite material because it feels like it's EVA molded sole because it's big and it's puffy and it doesn't have a lot of something. And I just figured out that, hey, this is dandelion rubber, so
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, because I always learn something new. So I will go and search for this and go a little bit deeper, and I will also contact whoever is doing that, because I want to know a little bit better. I heard it, but I never saw it. So this product, I was in Vibram when they created it. It's really nice, and it has an expanded rubber and then non-expanded rubber, like the compact rubber, and they are co-molded in the same mold. And then we have the strap goes on later on. And so inside it's really squishy and it is very, very comfortable. But on the bottom we have the real rubber, so you have all the performance of anti-abrasion and slip resistance and grip, all that stuff. And then on running sneaker, we have that it is an EVA midsole, but what kind of EVA is it? Injected EVA, of course. So if we have holes that transpass the sole, and you can see it's always injection molding, and she got it, and I'm really happy that she understood. It means that she studied it and she understood it. It's good. Injected TPU, I was unsure about this first, but from the lesson I remember TPU can have a very clear color separation yet make the quality more refined. This is a very complex sole where we have the TPU going on, and then we have the EVA, which should be a compression EVA. We don't need any injection EVA here. As you can see, it's low, it doesn't have any strange things going on. And then we have some scripts. This is important, like if we are making a very technical product, it's nice to have them. And then we have Alina's. This was very difficult because work and safety materials and how they're done, you cannot know if you have never been in the sector. But I can see that here it should be, this is work and safety sole made with PU midsole and compact PU outsole co-molded. Usually we use this in this segment a lot. They cost less and are durable. I see the PU melted inside the upper a bit. It looks like a direct injection. So here you can see it doesn't look glued, but it looks like it is directly injected. And usually also the outsole is usually made with PU in this kind of product. Little holes created by air bubbles to ensure it's PU. And then we have this Moncler that I'm sure everybody knows this sole. It's a very simple sole. It says outsole TPU, it's not, because it's Vibram. You see the Vibram logo. Vibram is rubber, never TPU. Vibram tried to partner with people to sell TPU, but it had no meaning, so they just canceled it. They are not doing TPU anymore. So whenever we see Vibram is always rubber. Okay, guys, this is important. And also in a product like this, you don't really need TPU. It's okay to make it in rubber. And then midsole EVA or PU, probably because of sharp edges. PU is heavy and more shiny on the surface, more oily, sticky. So this is obviously is EVA. Outsole injection molding, no, because it's compression molding, because it's rubber. And the midsole is injection molding. Patient that you're having, if you don't need the injection, you don't do it. Why? Because it's very expensive, guys. It's really expensive. The injection mold, I don't know if any of you could go to a factory, they are like big devices. They are like little chambers. So it's really very, very expensive. Okay, so outsole is resin. We don't use resin as a material in football industry. Maybe you meant the rubber in its natural form. I guess what she meant is, no pigment natural sole. So this is compression molding.